so you can check it out. we go. Now we also have people with us on Discord, and I just need to check the live stream over here. Wow, there's a lot of delay on the live stream today. Am I watching this? Oh, here we go. Okay, so the topic of today is, of course, as most of you would probably already know, the Frontier live stream about the first in the series of 4, I think, have just concluded, and they talked about some of the stuff that's coming in 3.0, or 3.0, whatever you want to call it. And I have a few guys with me here today. I have Imsilas and I have Matt the Fat Cat, and we're just gonna be going over some of the stuff that they talked about and give you guys our thoughts on how this is going to impact the game, what we like, what we didn't like so much, how we would like to see it change. And while we're doing that, I'm going to be running around researching some stuff for some videos, upcoming videos, and I'll try to give some comments on that. But the main topic should be what was going on in the live stream. So let me just get my first destination up here.
I think it's only 3 live streams Frontier Development will do about it.
Okay, was it 3 live streams? Fair enough. Yeah, so one today, of course, obviously, and then one on Thursday and one Tuesday next week, right?
Yes, and then the patch will release on the following Thursday of the 3rd stream.
Yeah, that makes sense. And of course,
yeah, maybe they'll do like one of those server downtime live streams whenever they. Although no, it's just a beta, so. But I really. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I just unlocked and trying to read chat. People saying that they hopped over from the live stream, they missed a lot of it, so hopefully we're gonna be able to give you guys a summary. Someone asked what the next Kerbal episode is. I believe the next Kerbal episode is Saturday, if I recall correctly. So let me just try to get out of the station here without making a fool of myself. There we go. Let's start out with wait, this is the wrong notepad. Reading the wrong notes. The crime and punishment system. Most notably, of course, the change that they're going to have the bounty be bound to the ship rather than the pilot. So what do you guys think? I personally think it's gonna mean there's gonna be a lot more people being interested in PvP and going out and fighting other players.
Yeah, I mean it definitely helps if you're like. Because right now, if you're a criminal, you are a criminal, no matter if you want to do trading afterwards or anything else. You are wanted, and the way they're gonna do it, you're gonna be able to just change it up whenever you want.
Yeah, so you'll have your PvP spec, whatever killer ship you have, and then fly out and hunt some people, and as soon as you feel like you don't want to hunt those people anymore, you just go to the station. Oh, but you will not be able to access the shipyard.
Well, if you're in the same system, yeah. But I guess if you really want to do
unless you're in an anarchy system.
Yes, or just go into another jurisdiction.
Yeah. Okay. So what you would most likely do is you want to park your combat ship in an anarchy system, and then go there with your whatever ship you want to use. And then pick up your combat ship, go out, kill people, and then come back to the anarchy system, and then switch back to your not hot ship, and then you can leave the other ship there. Then you only have to get rid of the bounty if you actually need to access. Nobody will still be able to access the all the station services.
On normal, like in an anarchy system, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I think as I understood it at least, you would be able to access the station services in an anarchy system, even though your ship was hot. That was the whole point of anarchy systems.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't get hot in an anarchy system. That's the thing. There's no way you'll be able to. You can't. I don't know. I think maybe you can get a fine, but definitely no bounties.
No. Yeah.
No, you can't get anything in anarchy systems. There's no law there, basically.
There we go. Just turning off the music. Okay, so yeah, as people are saying in chat, a lot more ganking. Most likely, I would expect there to be. I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to be a PvE or be a pirate now because you don't have to get rid of your bounty afterwards, and pay all those money you need to. What was I doing here? I was looking for. So I'm currently in a system that potentially I wrote that down on my list, but I can't remember why. List of places where I have a list of systems where I just write down system names whenever I come across something interesting, either on a forum or someone mentioned it to me, and I wrote down this system. And I just wrote the system name 2C and tourist beacon. So I guess we're gonna head to planet or moon 2C and see what's at the tourist beacon there.
In Pomichi?
Oh, hello. That must be Prickly, right?
It is. It is.
Good. We're just discussing the crime and punishment system and the fact that there will most likely be more people ganking other people. It's gonna be my guess, at least.
I can see that in an anarchy system, but with the what did they call it? The ATR system authority. You won't be doing too much ganking in a regular system without those guys coming after you.
I didn't see the part where he got attacked by the local police. How fast did they respond?
He killed, I think, 4 ships. After 2 ships, he got a fine on the first ship, and then after 2 ships, I think he got system authority started coming after him. But then after I think 4 plus, it was. I think it's based on the bounty that he's, or the fines and bounties that he's accumulating.
Yeah.
It was a beta build though, or like an alpha build. So
they might respond. What I would like to see was if you go into a low security system, they will not respond as quickly as they do if you go to a high security system. I mean, if I'm in a high security system, I would expect those police to be running towards me as soon as someone attacks me. Or I attack someone. I would expect them to arrive pretty quickly. Maybe in a larger force even.
I mean, like, my question is, what kind of ships are they using? Or, like, is it...
because they seem to... I mean, he didn't have enough time to switch between screens, so they seem to kill his ship pretty damn quickly.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, like, say if it was in a federal system, that it would be a federal corvette that would come for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But it would most likely be, as it is now, I think the controlling faction in the system is the one that owns the system authority ships. So I would guess if the local faction is aligned with the Federation, you would probably see federal corvettes and stuff like that, dropships, gunships, that kind of stuff. And if it's an empire, you would most likely begin to see more empire ships. Maybe not, I don't know, corvettes, maybe a little overkill. But at least then you'll begin to see imperial ships, and again, if they're independent, maybe we're then going to see anacondas and stuff like that.
I mean, they said that there will be, I think, was it 4 different services basically for each major faction for all the independent ones.
Yeah, he mentioned something along those lines.
Even with, like, I don't know what he named them, but he gave him a name, so I guess that maybe even some lore behind it. Well, which I think sounds pretty cool, like a highly trained combat unit, which only goes after the highly dangerous criminals.
Ah, now I know why I wrote down this system. It's the system we used to use for SRV mountain climbs.
Pomesh?
Yeah, exactly. Portmash 2C, the Epic Mountain Range.
You're in solo play, correct?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just planning to just fly around and look at the
No,
systems.
Orbital flight engaged.
Okay.
So meet you at 2C.
I am at 2C right now. I'm just landing at the tourist beacon. If I could see where I'm going. And then there's the whole point of that you're going to respawn at the nearest... but was that only if you had a bounty? That you would respawn at... or was that always you would respawn at... not the closest station, but...
No, that's only for wanted people.
Yeah,
And
right?
as far as... I don't know if they said it in the live stream, but don't quote me on that. But I think they said something like... If you only got wanted in a local jurisdiction, that they have sort of their own little detention facility, and whenever you get, as they said, like the higher bounties where the whole federation's after you or the whole empire, they're gonna like ditch you outside of imperial space and be like,
Get the
Get away
fuck
from
out of
us.
here.
yeah, basically.
And don't come back.
I thought it was very interesting that they talked about if your ship was quote unquote hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, take another ship and leave or whatever, but that ship's going to stay hot, and you can't transfer it anywhere while it's hot. And if you try to take modules out of it, if you put those hot modules into a non-hot ship, that ship becomes hot. And I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, so even the hot status follows the modules, and it will then if infect the ship that it's moved on to.
Correct.
But I guess that's them just trying to avoid, like, I mean, if you look at the pricing of like a highly engineered ship, 80% or 90% up with the modules, and then there's like 100 million on an Anaconda, or 150 out of the 600 million you need for a A-rated one. Not even regarding all the time, but it's basically try to make people commit into that one ship being a criminal ship.
Yeah. There we go. Let's go and take a drive. But in general, I think we will see more people trying to gank, because it's gonna be a little easier to go from being hot to being not wanted anymore.
Yeah, I guess in beta we can see the entirety of Elite ganking and chieftains.
yeah. That's pretty much everybody's gonna go
right.
chieftain PvP build, and it's just gonna be a gang fest in Shinrata. I'm gonna jump over to the private group.
Good.
Okay.
Send me an invite.
Yeah, loading in right now. What else did I have written down? Ah yeah, wing missions. I have like pretty much all of the notes I wrote was on wing missions. That was actually quite interesting. There was a lot of stuff there that something I found interesting, and something that I potentially could see being a problem for them. And oh, I should send an invite. And prickly invite to wing. There we go. So first of all, just to get people up to speed who didn't watch the whole stream, basically there's going to be a new type of mission that is recommended to do in a wing. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it in the wing, but it is recommended that you do it in the wing. And the mission types that I heard mentioning was trade, massacre, and also the conflict zone ones, where you basically massacre but in conflict zones, and assassination missions. Even though everybody was screaming in chat, what about passenger missions? What about passenger missions? And they didn't reply.
Yes.
I think that means no.
Probably.
Because as I see it, it's basically the missions we already have just upscaled. So I would expect when we got the trade missions, they were 300, 800, 1,000 tons that you had to move. And I would expect the massacre missions that you would then have to kill 100, maybe 200 or 300 ships, in a way. And again, as I said with the assassination missions, where it was just a single target, that target would then be a highly engineered ship. So they would be a lot more difficult to take down. But I'm pretty sure people are going to find a way to solo those kind of missions. Because that's my point. The point is you can do them in solo if you want. You can do them alone. And if people find a way to do these efficiently, then I could see potential that people could get a lot of money out of those missions.
Well, I mean, the fact is you can only, as they said, activate one at a time. So that might be a limiting factor. It seems to me like to be like a mini community goal. Even the GUI looked sort of like it.
See if I can make it to that mountain there. And then the other interesting fact, and I think that's the reward system was quite interesting as well. The fact that you can choose whether you want the credit, the reputation, or the materials. And especially the fact, because that seems like there will always be a material option.
Well, I like how that's being implemented into solo missions as well.
Did they say that? I missed that.
So.
But they were not going to do that yet, were they?
Not sure about that.
I think what they meant with that is like maybe there'll different sort of missions come into wing missions. But as far as I got it, like the solo missions will get the protection as well, which I really like. Like it's just gonna help you with everything you need to grind out of missions anyway, from like Empire rank to money.
Yeah, yeah, because normally now, if you want to rank up with a faction somewhere, it's basically go find boom data delivery missions and donation missions. Go. Or hand in a shit ton of exploration data.
Pretty much, yeah.
Indeed.
But with this new system, it seems like you could actually potentially do and also if they come to solo missions, you could do the wing missions or just do any mission and then just pick the reputation option. Oh god,
yeah, but I mean,
ouch.
Another reason why a lot of people do the data delivery stuff for reputation is just because it's easy to stack. You don't have any other limiting factors like cargo space or
exactly
passenger space.
So it will probably still be the most efficient, because even though you did take, let's say, massacre missions, with the update they did a couple of months back, you would still have to kill the ships individually one mission at a time. You cannot complete multiple missions at the same time as you can if you were running delivery missions.
Right, yeah. But I'm really, like, I want to see how the payouts is. I think it's hard to judge if they really are. And like, if you need to deliver 3,000-4,000 tons of cargo, that's gonna take you a while. Maybe even putting time marks, like saying you only have 30 minutes for 2,000 cargo.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard.
That was what I would have expected when they said they were going to do wing missions. I would have expected that let's just take a trade mission as an example, the one they used, that there would be some kind of time limit on it that would prevent people from actually being able to do them solo. Unless they had a very specific ship for that was just built for that mission.
Panther Clipper.
Yeah, Panther Clipper. Or just a cutter fitted for cargo. And I mean, the mission that they took there, 300 ton. What's the maximum cargo on the cutter?
756.
7 something, yeah.
Yeah. So you could take 2 of those missions on your own.
But I mean, Yeah, there were missions that needed 2 or 3,000 tons of cargo delivered, but all of them had like a day worth of time
So-
you had for it.
I have a bit of a theory here, because the mission for the 300 whatever, 300 whatever tons it was, that was what's the credit output? 44,000 credits.
Yeah, but they said that the credit
Yeah,
income would be
but
much higher.
previously, what they would do on a beta, when like way back, I think even before Horizons, when they did betas, all prices would be divided by 1,000 on a beta server. All ships, all modules, everything was 1,000, a factor of 1,000 less. I'm wondering if they did the same thing here. If they on purpose didn't want to show us what the payouts was gonna be, so they just divided everything with 1,000 and said, "Oh, we're gonna balance it out."
Sounded more like they said they just haven't done it yet. I guess that's really, I mean, it's balancing thing. It's changing a few values in a table.
Yeah, but I mean,
And-
44 million for handing in 300 units of cargo. That could be.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
That is a little bit too much.
I don't
Yeah.
think. I think that's just some random values they had set it today. I wouldn't really judge them. Like, what was it? 45,000 or 450,000? That's not a lot of money for 400 tons of cargo delivered.
No. I'm pretty sure those prices are way low. That
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
even said that.
gonna be increased.
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah, Marcus says, do you think there's going to be anything with multi-crew? And also, beta is free. Yes, beta is indeed free, especially now that we are no longer in the Horizon season. So they don't have to do the closed betas anymore, because they had to do that during the Horizon because someone bought beta access, exclusive beta access, and they would have to give those people something for their money. So that's why they on the Horizon would always have to do a closed beta, and then they have lately been doing open betas afterwards. But now that we are out of the Horizon seasons and moving into the Beyond season, that means that they can now do what they want, because people have not paid for this. Which I think is why they're doing it only opens, and I think that's what's gonna happen going forward. They're gonna do only open play, only open missions, open pieces. Wow, words. I think all the betas in this season is going to be free on PC and Mac, and console players will have to wait for the full release. Yeah.
I mean, they did say during Frontier Expo that there was gonna be some paid content this year. So, I mean, we don't know what, but there might be a chance that that might be, or might
How
have
do you think-
closed betas, I guess.
How do you think that will affect people who have lifetime passes?
They will get it. They
Yeah,
said
they'll
that
get it.
already.
They said they would
said
do
it
some
in
kind of
regard to that.
compensation for people with lifetime passes.
Good.
Yeah.
I got a lot of money in this game.
I missed it, fortunately, but I don't think they'll ever put into sale
But
again.
question
I
is
don't
if they're
think so
going to basically pay off people with lifetime passes, say, okay, now you're gonna get this, and yeah, okay, but what about all the other paid content? I mean, if people said, if they already paid for all future content, and now
I
they're
mean,
gonna do. The question
yeah,
is what kind of paid content, if they're gonna do it. I'm not sure if have they confirmed they're gonna do paid content, or is it just rumors?
They said on a forum post, someone was asking, because I think it was forums or Reddit, I can't remember. Someone was asking, because the upcoming season is free for everyone who owns Horizon, if the lifetime expansion pass people who paid for more, basically, are gonna get some compensation. And one of the Frontier staff said there's gonna be some more paid content coming up during the Beyond season, but they haven't really spoken any more about that.
Okay.
And that was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah, that was on the announcement that Beyond was free, basically right after the expo.
Yeah. Because the natural guess would be that it would be some kind of DLC. But question is how, because I don't hope they're gonna do, I mean...
Loot boxes.
Loot boxes, yeah. Hey! Because that's what we want. I don't know. I've been really thinking about paid content, what they're gonna do, and no matter what I come up with, it's just gonna be one of those where I think, oh no, please don't do that. I mean, paid premium ships?
No.
No, right?
Cobra Mark 4.
Cobra Mark. Yeah, I know. But one thing is having exclusive ships like the Cobra Mark 4. Another thing is, I mean, ships where you go into the store and you buy access to the Anaconda Mark II or something like that.
Oh no, I don't think they'll. If they like, I can't really see Frontier doing a pay-to-win thing where you buy a pretty overpowered, like an Anaconda with 4 huge hardpoints or something like that.
I don't think they're interested in either having people, new players, to be able to go in, flash their credit card, and then instantly be in a big ship. And you can't avoid that if people are, or if there are premium ships for sale. So I don't think that's the way they're gonna go. Maybe a special type of mission that requires access to whatever base or something, and you can only have that base if you buy like a small DLC or something like that.
My theory earlier was, or I had a while ago, was that it's gonna tie in with the personal missions they talked about in Beyond, which is, I think, gonna...
Yeah, that's right.
Where it's gonna be like, hey, pay us 10, I don't know, euros, and you'll get another chapter full of missions that, I don't know,
like a personal
hours.
narrative kind of thing.
Yeah, right. And in the end, you may be unlocking a weapon that's super overpowered, but sort of special in a way.
Yeah, so you unlock some kind of module that's a bit like the power play weapons.
Yeah, but that's just speculation. There's no... I don't have
I think that could actually be...
But that's the only thing I really could think of anything without being like, oh well, that's shit.
And so people with a lifetime pass will just automatically have access to that. That
Maybe, yeah.
I could see that. That could actually work.
I mean, this one might be a bit far-fetched, but...
Marcus says that the chat that those mountains will look a lot better in the daylight, and you're absolutely right. I should actually probably check when this mountain is in sunlight, because this could actually be a pretty interesting place to take a drive. It is quite fun. Oh, hello.
For the help on videos and also for the New Year luck, mate. Onwards to your 20k milestone.
Thank you, Yamex. Yamex just donated and said good luck. And congratulations on the was it 30k? 30k. That's pretty quick. It seemed like not too long ago since Yamex did his 20k.
That was awesome.
Yeah, growing very quickly. Congratulations. And for those of you guys who don't know, I would assume most people here would know who Yamix is. I think most people who plays Elite Dangerous and watch YouTube knows who Yamix is at this point.
No introduction needed.
No introduction needed, exactly. I was looking at this moon. What is the... Oh, okay, so rotational period. Okay, so it's tidally locked and it has a 5.3 days... 5.3 days rotation time, and assuming that it is rotating in the right direction, that would mean that this was probably going to be in the daylight in about 2-3 days ish, something like that. So oh look, you have to see them here on the... They look pretty awesome. So yeah, give it 2 days and 2 or 3 days, and this will be in the sunlight. That was actually a problem I had with was that video out? Yeah, the Geyser video. That place was that place when I went there originally, it was in the dark, and it didn't look that good in the dark, and recordings didn't turn out so well because you couldn't really see anything. So I had to go and look up the rotation period and come back 2 days later when the moon had moved around the planet. Paul Grove says, I have no idea who Yamix is. If you have no idea who Yamix is, I would highly recommend that you go and look that guy up. He does a lot more comical stuff than I do. Makes a lot more fun of the game. So we do things quite differently, and but we have worked together on a few videos and in the past.
Yamix likes to say what everyone thinks out loud.
Exactly. No filters at all. Mr. Blob says, Astro, goddammit, streams on Saturdays. Problem is, Saturdays are often booked. That's why I switched over to a weekday. Okay, I think mountain range. I will probably note that in my notes so I know what this system actually is next time I look and considering which system I should go to. Epic mountain range.
And our caps.
Oh yeah, I'll read that. Epic mountain range. Okay. So I have a system here as well. I actually noted on this one what it is for. And we're going to Nervi. N-E-R-V-I. Okay, can I even get my anaconda back? I'm on the top of the mountain. I have no idea where my anaconda is going to land if I try to recall it. Let's see where it ends up. I like horses, yes, that is true. Okay, so that was, yeah, you could choose reward. Oh yeah, the sharing missions, 1 mission per wing member. It's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, and the partially completed thing. I would love that to show up in normal missions.
Yeah, definitely, that would be nice.
Because sometimes you get in a situation. I mean, some missions it would make sense. But let's take, for instance, let's take passenger missions because they are, for some odd reason, extremely popular at the moment.
Can't imagine why.
Can't imagine why. Oh wow, that's an anaconda. Hello. Is it seriously trying to land there? That's not gonna end well. I've gotta go out and watch this. Yeah. Yeah, you can't land there, mate. That's not gonna work as much in the stream. I think my my anaconda did a I think she's stuck. You know what? I could actually drive on top of that thing.
Regarding the crime and punishment stuff, though, I really like what I see. At least it's way better than what we have now. Because right now, I mean, you get a bounty, but that number is sort of meaningless. Because there's on one side there's nothing that can actually kill you.
Yeah.
And on the other side,
and it's way too complicated.
To just get rid of it. Yeah. Indeed. So I'm not sure how it was, but the way that they introduced that notoriety level,
yeah,
right, for each kill you get, does it influence the bounty? I think I missed that.
Not sure.
Because it looked like it might be just something else, but the first ship he killed, he got like 8,000 bounty. Second one, he got way bigger part of it, with like they said it's gonna be like a fraction of your ship's rebuy cost, right?
Yeah.
Which also encourages gangers not to use giant over-engineers a rated complete balls to the wall ship, which gives you always a chance to fight back.
Okay, well, hold on. Sorry, get a little distracted here. I managed to get on top of my anaconda while it's still hovering in the air.
You can do you can just, you can still dock, I think. You can still.
No, I can't, because I can't get to the docking hatch. It's floating in midair, but I'm going to try and dismiss the ship and see what happens.
You really just have to get underneath it. It doesn't matter how high it is.
But the docking, the hologram of docking thing is open.
Yeah, then you can just drive underneath it and dock. It doesn't matter how high the ship is.
Are you sure you can just drive underneath it?
As long as the docking hatch, like the SRV hatch, is open, you can dock it.
But it's not.
Oh, okay, then you can, of course.
So, handbrake. That's cargo scoop. Handbrake on.
I had a weird glitch once. Where my ship just parked in midair, and I can just a kilometer above the ground. I can just.
Don't leave me. This is not gonna end well.
Oh god.
Wait, what? Am I falling, or what am I doing right now? Oh yeah, okay, I'm falling. Yeah, that's the ground. Hello. Ow. And now I'm rolling down a mountain. Okay, so... while we're rolling down a mountain and the ship is being destroyed, or the SRV is being destroyed, let's move on. Hey, SRV survived. Galnet audio, I think, is the next topic I wrote on my list.
It hasn't been today, though.
No, it was not today, but I think we just go over all of it, since I'm not gonna be here to talk about all the other stuff when that is announced.
I think it's sort of a fix to one of the biggest mistakes they made, and that was to make most of the story in the Galnet articles.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of good stuff in there if you actually
take your time and read it.
Like half an hour every week of elite playing time to read through all of those. And I think it's sort of almost like a hotfix to it. It's pretty cool in the end, like someone reading it out to you. Would be nice if it be actually voice acted, but I think it's a computer generated thing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be text to speak as well. Which is gonna make it interesting, because what are they gonna do with all those weird system names? Because a computer generated voice is gonna have a hard time pronouncing some of those system names.
It just...
It's like Rhea would be pronounced Arhea.
Arhea. Yeah, exactly.
Hip.
Oh, hello. Okay, so that was that. I was about looking up the next location here. Juggler or the Prickly, I'll post the system if you want to tag along.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to. I'm gonna post it in somewhere.
I'm on top of the big mountain, but I never saw you.
No, I was heading there, but then I decided that I wanted to move on, and then I died.
Roger that.
So yeah.
Did you ever send an invite? Well, I think I sent you an invite.
I think I sent you one before. Send you one again. Wing request sent. There we go. But yeah, I agree. I definitely think the Galnet audio is mainly just because they put too many hints and clues into the Galnet articles, and people not reading them.
Yeah, and the only reason I ever went... I mean, there's really a lot of good stuff in there if you actually read it, but the only times I always go in there is if to check. Is there anything new? No, it's not. Okay, let's...
And they update with the server tick on Thursdays, right?
What do you mean?
The server updates every... Is it Tuesday? Like, just like in Power Play? Was it daily they update? Thursday, sorry.
Well, Galnet articles can come out every day, I think.
Okay.
Like, there's one every day anyway. Like the, what's it called? Date of. Hold on.
The travel whatever.
Nah, that's not Galnet. That's the station thing. The power play hourly update coming out every hour. Just
Okay.
what goes up in power play and what goes down. Save with the starport update.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Yeah, that there's like
Frameshift drive supercharged.
not always just a Thursday. So
Ooh, got my frameshift drive supercharged. But yeah, I don't think there's that much to it, to be honest. It's gonna be interesting, and I could see myself using it a lot more. But it's interesting that they're adding it. I think is it because they think that we are not paying enough attention and we're not discovering stuff as fast as they want us to?
I mean, it's their easiest way to communicate to players, like on a global
way,
scale.
yeah.
In a law, right? Exactly. Not just hey, forum post,
Yeah.
and that's always like a thing I don't like in games, which sadly is pretty often that you have to leave the game to get information about it,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's a lot better, like this. And I mean, if it works, it's not too bad in my opinion, but
We'll wait to see how well it
I
goes.
guess, yeah.
But talking about leaving the game, the new trade data thing, I haven't seen anything like specific about what type of information they're going to give us. Because that's one of the main thing is when people do trading or almost any other task in the game, they will always have to go out, or not have to, but most people will go out and use third-party tools. Which is a bit of a shame, but there we go.
I reckon we're probably gonna get something like in between EDDB and basically what we currently have.
Yeah.
It'll probably not be as detailed as EDDB.
I doubt that. I doubt we're gonna be able to just ask it to say, I'm in this system, I want to find the best trade route with this.
Yeah, but I think that we will be able to see what stock stations have from a further distance.
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Because right now we can see which type of materials is being traded between the nearby systems, right? If
You
go to
can
trade data.
know which material specifically is being
Is it
traded.
specific material?
Yes, you have to uncheck. You have to open the box for each type of material, and then you can uncheck the marks for everything else.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. It seems to not be correct every time. Like I was way back, I was looking for some. Can't remember what it was for an engineer to unlock it. And I checked 3 systems which supposed to have it, didn't have it, so I just jumped into EDDB.
Also, the in-game one is not correct, or
Maybe I was just competent, couldn't find it. Might be my mistake, but it's even that. It's not very. Can't really read a lot out of it.
because see, I really liked what they did in EVE Online with the market. Of course, EVE Online is legendary for its in-game market. But what they did in EVE Online was they had pretty much the whole galaxy divided into sections. They could then just divide the human populated space into sections. And whenever you were within a given section or region, you could see what every single station in that region was buying and selling materials for. But only within that region. That region would then maybe contain, let's say, 50 systems, something like that. The size can vary, of course, but that would be so you could see the market around you, and you would have full detail over everything. You would know exactly what was being sold at that station, that station. So if you were looking for like small trade routes within your region, you could probably just find that just by going to one station, because it makes no sense that you have to go to a station to figure out what they're buying them for. I mean, we are 1,000 years into the future. We should be able to send them an email.
Theoretically, yes.
I mean, Elite never has been too consistent with like data transfer. You
No.
apparently can like holographically display across the universe, but you can't sell trade data across the universe.
And you can't store a set of coordinates on a planet's surface. No, that's still done on pen and paper. Oh, okay.
And by good old maneuvering through coordinates.
Yes, there's no GPS. We can get you the coordinates, but we cannot plot the route. Okay, that seems a little lacking. should we call it at that? I'm supposed to go here, I think. Yeah, 3A. But again, I hope they would do something like that. And again, just like in EVE Online, if you wanted to get the good trade route, you would have to go and jump from market to market, so to region, or to figure out in which region you could buy. And then doing cross-region trading, so longer range trading, would often be more profitable because it was more difficult to spot. But of course, if we still just try to have people export all the data through EDDB, then it's not going to change anything. The only thing it would change was that now people would be able to pull data from a whole region rather than a single market at a time. Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea that just showed up in chat. In-game browser. They had that in EVE as well. Like a proper web browser in the game. Sure, it breaks the immersion a bit, but maybe it's just a question of if you can't beat them, join them. So if they're just gonna have to accept at some point that people are gonna use third-party tools, and well, then at least just give people the opportunity to do it and put it inside the game.
That would be excellent.
I mean, they made APIs for third parties, so I guess they're sort of supporting it.
Exactly. And if
but
they could, I wouldn't expect to have an in-game browser that would be running Java or stuff like that, because that's just asking for trouble. So you probably wouldn't be able to play YouTube. It would probably just be able to display very simple HTML or CSS stuff, and that would probably be it. I wouldn't expect it to be able to do lots of fancy graphics and play videos and stuff like that. But you wouldn't really need that.
I think there are some third-party software to do that. But again, yeah.
Again, but then you're in the realm of, because I actually tried that, especially when playing in VR, having a browser or capturing a browser window and displaying that in game. You couldn't actually like interface with the browser, but you couldn't watch it. So watching Netflix or YouTube while you were running around in VR, that worked great. But the problem was that you had to install, I think it was called ED Shader, which is a graphical enhancement. And there was a lot of other stuff that just gave me a ton of issue when it came to recording and capturing the gameplay afterwards, because the whole shader thing just messed up the capture for me. I don't know why, so I just decided to ditch it and reinstall the game and just accept that, well, if I play in VR, I'm not gonna watch Netflix at that time.
Right. But I meant like I don't know what it's called. I think there's one for VR program, and the Oculus is releasing Oculus Dash, whatever it's called, someone this year, which is basically a dashboard for VR you can open in game. So you can just place monitors all over your ship and have them like play different browsers. You can interact with them if you go to a menu, I think.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's basically your second screen in VR, which you don't have, which is pretty much mandatory for Elite.
Exactly. So, and loop of shame.
Where
I think an in-game browser would actually be beneficial to a game like Elite. And if they really wanted to have more control over what people had access to in-game, they could do it some kind of like registering system where they have to pre-approve the domains before you could access them from in-game. So when someone developed a third-party tool, they could write to Frontier, say, "Hey, I have this awesome third-party tool. Can we make that accessible from within the game?" And then Frontier could either say yes or no.
and even like giving them sort of a blueprint on how to design it with all the specific colors.
like a developer's kit, basically.
Yeah, right. That'd be actually pretty cool. Although that's almost outsourcing, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
you want to work free for us? Sure, do it.
But I wouldn't mind. I honestly would be okay with
You
it.
wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Are you thinking Frontier would?
I mean,
No.
if it's gonna be
No.
at that, but maybe the developers actually do those software at least. Like, if it's by that point it's almost hard in the game, like, and that's not giving them any clicks or whatever they want on their sites. I think a lot of them are non-profits, don't really get any profit from it.
I mean, you can compare it to someone making mods for, say, Fallout or Skyrim.
Yeah. Only
It
that
might
it's
be,
not really
yeah.
a mod, it's just a homepage that you have access to from inside the game.
Yeah, exactly.
What else is coming up?
Yeah, what else is coming up? That was the Tech Trader, as they mentioned the name was. It sounds like it's gonna be something like the that interstellar whatever they're called, the place where you hand in your bounties.
My bet is that it's
Where you trade
personal mission.
trade engineering.
Materials, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the materials trade. That's something else.
So there's a tech trader and a materials trader.
I think so. Hold on.
Oh, I can't see. I think.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Cactus.
I just took
Schaffner.
the I just took the liberty to join in. Hope that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, leave instantly.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. There's the material trader and there's the tech broker.
Okay. What's the
Broker.
difference?
It's just a guess, but I think maybe the tech broker's related to the personal mission stuff, because there's nothing else relating to personal missions, and they said it's gonna be in the Q1 update.
So personal missions, is that like engineering? Is that tied into engineering?
No, I think it's like they give you a set of missions, tell you if you want to do something and don't know else, just do what we tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like to get people to see the cool stuff they make. I mean, they made all the Guardian ruins. I guess that not more than 60% of the game players have actually seen it, because you need to invest quite a lot of time in finding them. Same with the Dargoid bases.
Yeah, I've never been there.
You've
I've
never
only been
to
there
a
in beta.
Guardian room?
No,
Yeah, me
not,
too.
I've never seen any Guardian shit stuff.
Actually,
But,
pretty cool.
You know the blue glowing stuff? Like
Yeah,
relics
no,
and-
never been there. Never seen it. Yeah,
Damn.
You
Or have
should
you-
at some point.
yeah, definitely. I mean,
Do a pilgrimage to all. How many are there? 60 of them?
we could probably set up like a community event going there sometime.
I can't find my way around this moon. Completely lost.
So you guys doing separate things, or
Yeah, we're just I'm just flying around looking at some locations for some future videos. Yeah.
all right?
Are you still at 3A?
Yeah, I am. Are you in the system?
I'm just outside of 3A.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. I don't see you anywhere.
I don't see you either. Are you in my private group? You must be, since we're in a wing.
Yeah.
That's, well, instancing issues for you. If you go into the system panel and zoom in on the moon, you can see on the dark side. Who was that? Hold on, let me look that up. Can I catch it? Jason, thanks a lot for subscribing. There we go. You can see us on the dark side. There's like a brown patch where there's a huge mountain, and that's where I want to go. But again, I would love to just be able to set a set of coordinates and
That little... Oh, on the dark side. Oh, okay.
you see
Oh,
it?
I see it.
But I can't find it when I fly around, so I was trying to locate something that I could recognize on the dark side of the planet. I wish I could find that.
How about the discolored vein that's above it?
Yeah, that would probably be something that would be
You could follow that.
easy to locate. Problem is, I'm not sure what's up and down on this.
Right.
On this moon.
Personal missions seem to be a nice way, aside of Galnet, to tell story. So it might be interesting. Then if we isn't right, they haven't talked about the planetary stuff today at all, right?
No.
So I guess it's gonna come up in the next 1 or 2 streams.
Yeah, I think so too. Just gonna try and turn on orbit line so I at least can figure out what the North Pole is on this moon. Or one of the poles.
There it is. I found it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Man, that's a high mountain.
Okay.
It's up near.
I'm just gonna jump out to the main menu and jump back in. Hopefully we're gonna get into the same instance then.
Okay.
My private group. There we go. But have you figured out what's the difference between the materials trader and the tech broker? Or was material broker?
Tech broker. Maybe it has something to do with like the materials trader. It's just no. Hold on. Synthetic materials are still materials. Like I thought maybe the material trader is only for like elements and stuff. But I guess that doesn't really make any sense. Maybe the tech broker is something completely different. My bet would be that's related to the personal mission stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was afraid of was they're gonna have 2 separate things, one for materials and one for data.
Oh right, yeah, that might be it as well. Though it would be data broker then, right?
Yeah. Would expect. Did you get the invite? Quickly?
Yes, 1 second. Got it.
Try to turn on your wing beacon.
But a thing that really surprised me is that the chieftain is really not that far off. We're gonna be able to test it the 25th of January, from my understanding.
Yeah, Thursday in a week.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And it's not gonna be as big as people thought it would be.
It's a medium ship. They said that already. And by the looks of it, like the screenshots they shared, it seems to be not even completely using the medium slot. So
but they also said that it's going to be be like top of the class when it comes to maneuverability and fighting capabilities. So are we gonna look at something that's gonna be more maneuverable than the Furlands?
Maybe a better Vulture.
Vultures?
No, it's bigger. It's bigger than a Vulture.
Yeah, but top of the class maneuverability and damage output. I don't know.
I don't think the Vulture is top of the class in maneuverability. I think that's more of a heavily armored and well, it's kind of strange when it comes to hard points because it's got 2 large and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean the Vulture is actually one of the smaller sized ships that can take down bigger ships.
Mm-hmm.
Because of its better weapons, I guess.
I spent hours and hours and hours in the Vulture bounty hunting a couple of years back. Say it's a good ship.
It's a really fun ship.
Yeah, especially like I know it's not a thing that people would do now, but what I did then was basically just stick to the security forces in high res and just fight the bounties that they fought.
Snack the damage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sniping.
Yeah.
But hey, it's like that's what you had to do back in those days.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that one-shot beam laser they showed off today.
Yeah.
I really want that.
God mode.
Yeah.
that shield penetrating one-shot beam laser.
so like, do we have that confirmed for 3.0? That's a game
No,
mechanic.
I don't think that's how it's gonna work.
That's the new
that's a dev option.
anti-target weapon, right?
But the description they gave for the chieftain, it says, designed not only to dish out punishment, but also to avoid it. Manufactured by Lakon Spaceway, the chieftain is more maneuverable than ships of similar size and weight, and its combat profile means it can more than hold its own in a fight.
But is it considered a military ship?
I think it is.
So, pretty much the first military ship from Lakon.
It's gonna be an alliance ship.
Technically, the
that,
Type
right?
10 was classified as a military ship.
That's...
Yeah, I get it.
It's gonna be an alliance ship though, so faction grinding.
Yay, how fun.
Oh, damn it, is that peak higher?
Do you see these? Do you see these items that are up here on top of the mountain?
Can you land up there?
I'm gonna try.
No, I don't see. I'm too far away. I'm 15 kilometers out. I'm just gonna fly a little bit closer.
Are these just floating? Let me take a look.
They
No, these
might.
are. Are they? Let me see. It's really hard to see.
Saba, thanks a lot for subscribing and welcome to the chat.
I don't think I can land.
So what else do we have of new upcoming stuff? We have the I've written the new planets that are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any confirmation? Is this they're changing the surface colors as well, or is this just a overhaul of the view from space?
In Q1, it's the surface color overhaul. So
I mean, it's not only the space view. Definitely gonna be the whole planet that got around.
And then in Q4, they're overhauling the, I think, planet generation system. Might be wrong.
What is that about?
You know how like the random generated meteorites and stuff like that.
Wait, I can land there. That's landable, right?
Seems like what they're gonna release now is the cure for the beige plague.
Is the cue for the what?
The beige plague. Like every planet looks sort of in the same beige, except
yeah,
for
okay.
ice planet color tone. Is it called beige? Whatever it's pronounced. I mean, there's been around for quite a while now. They also do some lightning changes, right? Lighting changes. Lightning.
Okay, I'm here. Okay, so somebody says there's gonna be a pass. They're gonna take a pass at the shadow and lighting when you landed on a planet. But yeah, it would be nice to get a little bit more variety to the planets.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think, like right now, you have the blue planets, the white planets, and the weird beige planet. But everything else, rocky, doesn't really matter what it's made of. Maybe there's some yellow stains on it. Almost like someone leaked there.
Yeah. Don't eat the yellow surface.
Oh man! I mean, I can't pit stop
Thought
and
it was
eat
cheese.
the planet.
Damn it.
Gross.
Okay, we're here. Just have to check my direction. That looks good. The reason why I wanted to come here is I'm pretty sure that you guys would have seen this, but this is supposed to be the planet where you can drive your SRV into orbit.
Ooh.
So
Pretty close where I am.
Yeah, I saw you just before. But I'm going to try to have a drive up this ramp and give it as much speed as I can, and then see if I can boost this thing into orbit.
I can't land.
So rid of the handbrake. Drive assist off. All pips to engines. Here we go. I'm gonna try and keep my wheels on the ground for as much time as I can. Nope, I am falling back when I stop boosting.
It looks amazing up here, though.
It is a great view, and I do have what 1.6 kilometers of space between me and the side of the mountain.
That's gonna hurt.
We might be looking into to another
A
crash.
rebuy?
Nah, it's just gonna be the second crash SSV for the night.
We might be looking at a nasty rebuy here.
Shall I try to stop you?
No, that's okay, if you can. I am going down pretty quickly.
I don't know if I can catch you. This may hurt the both of us.
Is it gonna be like that?
No, you're gonna. That's gonna hurt,
jump?
buddy. Did you survive?
Yes, I'm still here. But I'm stuck at the side of a mountain.
I see you.
Oh, hold on. What the hell? I'm upside
You are
down.
clung to it upside down.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
No. I'm stuck in a... Am I in a hole somewhere? It looks like on the map that I'm in a hole. See, again, with the dark.
Climb on. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, I think I got somewhat out.
Yeah. It's hard to tell which way is down.
I have no idea what's up and down right now. Ah.
I'm really
we're in a hole here.
I'm looking forward to this to that they're releasing like a big like a little bit more like widespread kind of update. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, Thargoids, and because I mean 2.4 was great and all, especially for MSLOs, but this is gonna be this is gonna be like it's gonna be good for a lot of players, I think.
And I actually went back prior to the stream and looked at some of the slides from the expo. And they actually did have on the slides. Actually, let me try and find that and put it up so people can see it on the stream. They actually also had content update, 2 content updates before the Q4 update.
Yeah.
Where is it? Here we go. I just need to find my streaming software somewhere. There we go. Just move to main screen. So here we have the screen, right? And this was, of course, done during the expo. So this was the 2.4. Now we have the Q1 release, which is the one we're heading into now. Then we have 2 minor content updates. And then we have the Q4 release. And then what's gonna come in 2019, I guess, is anybody's guess.
Probably find out during
Space Lex.
Yeah.
I think that would be one of the last things they do.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Space Legs is they would need to add a ton of content in an update like that, because if they add Space Legs and all you can do is walk and that's it, then people are going to find it interesting for a week, and then it's going to be meh.
Even just assets, like walking around every of the 31 ships they have. like
32
modeling those
now
insets.
with the Type 10, and pretty soon 33 with the Chieftain,
Right.
and at that point also the Crate, which will put us up on 34. I cannot get out. I'm just stuck down here.
I'm gonna try to push you out.
Okay, hold on. Just try to get as far up of the hillside here as I can. You're
But what
pointing straight
will be
down.
in those? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I got some altitude here. No, I'm falling down the hole again.
Any idea what those content updates will contain? I guess ships and stuff, but oh, Thargoid stuff.
Oh no, now I'm completely stuck. I can't boost out.
Because like Astro said, it's like the space legs would be a lot of work compared to the actual gain of it, while as a ship is very little work compared to the player opinion. You know what I mean? Like people will appreciate a simple ship, and it'll take it won't take that much time to create a ship, to be honest. And people will be very hyped up about it. And I mean, yeah, like you said, space legs is a highly anticipated feature, but it's not really going to be a thing that's going to have it's going to be used a lot in the game.
I mean,
We're both stuck.
You're stuck as well.
Yeah, I've drilled my Asp Explorer into this hole and I can't get out now.
Okay, I can't go into the camera mode because I'm stuck, so it's all blurred when I do it. But I can just make the... Do you... Why? Where the hell? Where am I? I'm down there.
I'm pointing straight down into the planet in this hole, and it won't back out. It won't do anything. I can't rotate at all.
Yeah, I'm completely stuck as well. People are suggesting we try to relog. Otherwise, I do believe that yes, SRV does have a self-destruct. I'm just gonna try to log out and log back in and see what happens. Gonna spawn inside your cockpit or something like that, and blow the canopy. Oh no, that was solo. Sorry, I misclicked. I'm just gonna bounce on solo, see what happens here.
Man, really stoked about the wing missions.
Yeah, that could be pretty fun. Oh, I'm free.
It's like a new thing that actually really emphasizes the actual teamwork in Elite. Elite is a thing that you can play single player easily, and it's in most cases most enjoyable in single player. Could do, of course, the things like Thargoid hunting or things like that.
I think it's great that they are adding more multiplayer content, because the game really needs it. It really needs it.
Indeed.
It does.
Yep.
And
I'm out.
Okay, I'm still gonna try and get my ass out of this hole.
That was a gross spot. That sucked.
Yeah. That's not a nice place at all. But the mountain was pretty until you fall down into a hole and can't get out. But the thing is, I mean, even with the Thargoids, we are seeing instancing issues where Thargoids will disappear or... Okay, now I am actually properly inside the planet. Oh, hold on, there we go.
See, yeah, will you see your wingmates firing at an empty space?
Yeah, and the Thargoid swarm is dead for one person and still exists for another. And I actually asked during the live stream, Frontier's live stream, if they are planning to do anything regarding the P2P instancing issues. And of course, with the vast amount of questions being asked, they didn't reply. But I just hope that they are going to try at least. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. I'm just hoping that they're going to try. I'm stuck again. Try to make it a little bit less common that you get these instancing issues, because I could clearly see a situation where someone would hand in the missions and on one person's screen they would see the stuff being handed in, but the other person for some reason didn't get the memo, and then the missions would be in 2 different states, and what happens then?
The world comes to an end.
Then suddenly the mission holder will not be able to fully complete the mission, and they will have to partly complete the mission because the other person couldn't hand in all the materials, something like that.
I think it would probably, if the other person logged out or couldn't finish and they don't come back, it's probably going to be timed where it just goes back to the original person who held the mission.
Yeah. Boom. Bye bye SRV.
So how high do you have to be and boost up before you end up in the... Oh yeah, it's right here. You're gonna have to be on this peak here.
But I'm out of SRVs right now.
Oh, why?
Because I had to destroy it. Like, I got stuck. But there's a station in the system. I'm just gonna go and pick up some more.
So if I could find a place to land, this would be...
Problem is, these dark sites, I can't see a thing when I have this huge light shining in my eyes. There we go. But I think that the wing missions is definitely just leading up to the squadron update in Q4.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be sick.
December 2018 cannot approach fast enough, man.
Exactly. We're just gonna bye-bye Christmas vacation.
Maybe it's not even December. I mean, all of us expected it to come out in March.
Yeah. True.
Well, the thing that I'm really
sneak that in. I really have a suspicion that Frontier is some. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're watching pretty much any social media that where people would talk about the game. And I'm pretty sure that whenever they see people guessing on when the update would come out, they're just gonna go, no, we will
sit back and laugh.
Yeah. We will not launch it there. We will move it forward.
Right. Paul Grove says that that in the Kickstarter they said that they wanted to keep the single player experience to the same as the multiplayer, and I really think that they have achieved that.
They have definitely.
And to the positives and the negatives, because I can play my own game without having to engage in multiplayer, and still have fun, you know. But at the same time, it kind of as of now, it doesn't. You'll have to really search out a community.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Down To Earth Astronomy will be happy to give you.
Shameless self-promotion.
Shameless self-promotion. Right. And but you'll have to search out a community to do, or community / other players to do things with.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. On that note, I'm really excited to see the cost and the like how they'll do the, what do they call it, the
fleet carrier.
The fleet carrier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how that'll be implemented. Like, will you have to pay? Will one player have to pay the credits, or can you pool your resources? Will you have to do engineering materials and gather a shit ton of like marketing?
That's
really
so far off, though.
I really hope. Yeah, we can still hope. We can still speculate. I really hope that it's not gonna be. That it's something we could do as a community. I mean, it's a community thing. It's something that's gonna benefit the whole community.
Yeah.
And man, I would love to take the community and say, guys, we have a goal here. We need to build ourselves a huge mega ship or a huge fleet carrier, and we're gonna need this and this and that. We're gonna get a huge shopping list, and that could be engineering materials. That could be mining materials that you only get from mining, like Paynite, for instance.
Yeah.
It could be pure credits. It could be engineering. Did I say engineering? Like commodities, stuff you buy on the market. So you'd have people would have to do all kinds of different aspects of the game and really pull the resources together. And then have a bit like you have the wing missions now. And I think that's actually just a precursor. They're testing how missions shared across multiple people work. And what I would expect is that when you create a squadron within the game, there will obviously be someone who is squadron leader or squadron commander or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that person would probably be able to go in just as you would accept a mission. They could accept a squadron mission, like a squadron-wide mission, that would be completable for the whole squadron. And then you would, just as we would here, everybody would be able to see that mission in the transaction tab, and they would need to hand in whatever materials need to build their carrier.
Yeah, and sorry to all the people who are single player guys out there, and I love you and all, but I really like to see a huge positive of playing with the community or friends, because there's no incentive to play in teams in Elite now, and I think that they have the opportunity to do that now. They can add some things that you'll have to play with other people to achieve, you know, like for example, World of Tanks or World of War, like warplanes or warships or whatever, where you can easily play the game yourself in single player, but there's certain things that you can't achieve by yourself just playing single player when it comes to clan stuff.
But I still have a hard time seeing Frontier going away from what Emsulas just said, that they want to try and keep the solo player experience as close to the multiplayer experience as possible. So
Cactus said that.
What's a Cactus? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But I still think they're gonna try and do that. So I think you're gonna be able to make a one-man squadron if you want to, on your own. Be the commander of your own one-man squadron, and then start that mission for yourself, and you can then complete that over weeks, months, however long time it will take you to collect all those materials.
I think that'd be the wrong decision, to be honest.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it like that because they want to keep the single-player experience as close to the multiplayer.
Yeah,
as possible.
but like I talked about the incentive to play with other people. Like like all players basically, if they could do just the same thing, if they can achieve anything just playing with themselves and by on their loan.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Roll back the tape. Roll back the tape.
You tapped right into that one.
You're not gonna achieve anything by playing with yourself.
Well, you
what
say
my
that.
mom always tells me.
Yeah.
Streamers
You're
officially
gonna
read
go
that.
blind.
You're gonna
You're gonna go
Yeah.
blind. You're gonna go blind if you do that kind of shit.
That's how it works.
No, but like I said, I playing by yourself is all cool and shit, but you're not gonna get the same experience playing with yourself as playing with other people. No, it's gonna give that extra, you know, that little punch, you know.
Someone in the chat says,
that
"Work,
extra feeling.
Cactus, work."
Work for it. Yeah, I'll get there.
No. Use work instead of play. That's. I think that's what people are trying.
Right. Holy shit.
I found a place to land my ship up here on top of this mountain. And I was met by 3 ships. But I've got my SRV out now.
How big do you guys think the naval carriers will be?
Scan detected.
Or the fleet carriers?
How big?
That's a good question.
I would expect them to be about the size of rescue ships we're seeing in the depleted sector right now. A single large landing pad, tons of mediums and smalls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to fight over the large landing pad, or just use it in different instances.
But have you guys read the like the Kickstarter? What do you call it? The thing that a company writes to kind of get Kickstarters interested.
Proposal or
Yeah, like a proposal basically. Do you, Astro, want to pledge to my game? I got a ring here. But yeah, but no, basically, like David Braben himself said this like 4 or 5 years ago that he envisioned like first-person gunfights in boardings and shit, on ships. And I mean, talked about obviously that's a part of space legs, but I mean, from what I've seen, there's no, like, a lot of people are really hyped for the space legs, but I am gonna bet against that we will ever see.
The fun thing
I won't bet against that, but I'm not gonna see it anytime soon.
I saw an interview some time ago with the dev team. It was a pretty old one. It was the thing about when the game was half a year or a year old, something like that. Where they talked about what they would like to see in the future, and pretty much all of them said space legs. So I definitely think that it's something they want to do, and I think the reason they're holding it back is because they don't feel that they have, that there are other things that would be more beneficial to the game than adding space legs right now.
Sorry, say again?
I think they feel like there's other things in the game other things they can add that would be more beneficial to the game rather than adding space legs, and I mean, compared to the amount of work that it takes.
I think the game is heading in a totally opposite direction from that, all things considered, to be honest, because there is nothing in the game other than you being able to see the whole cockpit in VR that is really, like, there's no reason to do it.
But like, think about it, yeah. Like in Q4, they're adding the squadron system, and eventually, I'm assuming, we'll be able to fight over systems. And think of them implementing the squadron system as a first step towards space legs, because I'm assuming once they add space legs, you'll be able to fight on, I don't know, outposts against the other squadron that's trying to take over their system.
like boarding actions.
Yeah, but like, what I meant is that the like space legs in first-person combat, or third-person if you want to do that, is, imagine, like, it's going, like, Elite Dangerous is a space flight, space combat simulation, and just imagine all of the things they'd have to do to actually, like, that'd be a whole new branch to the whole game. Imagine the resources they'd have to put in to do that. And I'm not sure that Frontier has the resources to do that, or to prioritize it.
What they could, because as someone was said in chat here, they need to put in a lot of content before they can put out the space. I mean, if you just put out, now you can walk around with ships and you can look at it, then it's not, people are gonna go, what's the point? So there have to be some kind of content around walking that they need to put in together with it. So not only do they have to model all the ships, maybe even station interior, and they also have to do some kind of interesting content. What I was considering is, what if they did some kind of more permanent test server, like not a beta patch, but like a test client that you could always download, that would just be up all the time, where they could put in, whether maybe, let's say they want to try something completely drastic, where they said, what would happen if we removed shields completely from the game, or something like way out there. If they just wanted to try and do something, very drastic, and they had a client that they could try it out on, see how people reacted to it, and get feedback from it, because they're heading in that direction with the feedback forum, where they're like doing this in written form. They're saying, what would happen if we did this, and then they have a list of changes. Because that would allow them to actually try and implement. I mean, then they could say, okay, now you can walk around the Anaconda, and only the Anaconda has now walk in, and then you could see how people would react to it, and they would allow them to put it out a little at a time, without, because as long as it's in a separate test client, people wouldn't feel like, oh, you're not putting proper stuff in the main game, this is a waste of time, because it's a test client, it's meant for testing. Because I think it's a lot about the way they present it, so that they can release it gradually, rather than doing a big launch at once.
Yeah, I get that, but still, like, I'm gonna hold on to the to my claim that space legs, like, like I'm sure you all agree that it's gonna be years. I'm talking at the shortest possible time of release of space legs would be 2.5 to 4 years from now.
Yeah.
If they even go on that long, and people are way too stoked about it. You got the two big things that people want to see, and the first thing is obviously space legs, and the other one is atmospheric flights. And we have seen signals that atmospheric flights will be not that far off, because they during the whole Jurassic Park simulator, and they talked about that they do a kind of like they map terrains and shit in that game, and kind of try to do a crossover from that into Elite, where they'd use the tech used in that game to map out different planets and stuff, and tweak some shit, and then make space flight possible off of that. But space legs.
Quickly, I sent you an invite, wing invite.
Yeah, space legs is. I don't expect it to ever release, to be honest. That's my opinion about that, by the way. It's
because I've always thought that we're gonna get space legs before we're gonna have planetary landings, because we would probably need the space legs. So because why would you land on a planet with an atmosphere? Why would you be stuck inside your spaceship or a car? Why wouldn't you go out and walk?
Well, you have a lot of games out there that do like a dogfighting kind of mechanic, where you fight against ships in a take War Thunder, where you have different types of planes fighting, and that's obviously atmospheric flight. But
wing beacon.
Let's see.
But yeah, it's like I'd imagine that the first thing would be like fighting in atmosphere with other ships, and you have to adapt to a different kind of flight based on that.
But would there be a lot of difference? Like, would they really want to make a completely new movement mechanic, basically, in order to just have some sort of different combat?
What I think we're going to see is, when we see atmospheric landing, it's not going to be landing on Earth likes. It's going to be atmospheric landing on planets like, let's say, Mars, for instance. Planet that has enough of an atmosphere that it's annoying when you try to land, and you're going to have your ship heating up, but too little of an atmosphere, or an unbreathable atmosphere, so you would still have to... You could still not just go out without a spacesuit. You would have to stay in your SRV or some place where you could breathe. You could technically walk around in a spacesuit, I guess, but...
You're talking about Mars, how it is in real life, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Just
I know Mars is terraformed in Elite, but in real life, Mars is actually a pain in the ass when it comes to landing, because it's heavy enough that rockets, it's like doing rockets alone to break is not enough. It's not going to be efficient enough. And the atmosphere is so thin that if parachutes on its own is not efficient enough. Yet the atmosphere is thick enough that you're going to burn up if you don't have a heat shield. So it's pretty much as annoying as a planet can be when it comes to landing.
Right.
Make up your damn mind, planet.
Yes. Do you want to have an atmosphere or not?
Decide. But yeah, it's like, but one thing that I'll give to Frontier is that they have given out a proper roadmap for 2018, and I salute that as much as I can. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
Credits out to you guys for that.
For sure. That's exactly what made me stick with this game the whole time, because we get constant communication from FDev, and that's something that no other mainstream game does, at least in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it, and that's why I stick with it.
Yeah, rather than just having a random update saying, "Oh, here's a big update with a lot of stuff, and we haven't told you before a week before launch." I mean,
right?
Yeah,
we pretty much have a roadmap 1 year ahead.
Yeah, and like other than like I'd agree with you, McPrickley, but the 2.4 thing has not been like that at all. It's really strange.
No, 2.4 has been a little odd.
Yeah, and yeah, I hope that they don't do that in the future, because I was really hoping for before 2.4 was released is that they do something that was a little bit out of their comfort zone, yes, and that they do something that was really like they'd stretch it to make it interesting. Of course, you always have the possibility that it not pan out at all and destroy the game, of course, but I mean, Elite nowadays need to do something that is not predictable, because like the Thargoids, yeah, they're cool and all, but they're not really different from NPC hunting.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
I would say they are. They have a lot of very interesting mechanics, I think, compared to NPCs that basically have a hit point pool and weapons that shoot back at you, and then it's just a question about who has the biggest boots.
No, but would you not be able to see that coming from speculation alone? They do the hearts. I've seen games do that, like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but that's a boss mechanic, and I really appreciate that. That's Thargoid fights, out of all the fights, are the most enjoyable. And I think I'm not the only one with that opinion. Like, sorry, but NPC grinding, it's just that, it's a grind. You put your highly engineered combat ship in a combat zone, kill 1,000 of them without even scratching your hull.
They did give us a challenge, yeah, true that. That was good. That was good.
I see Thargoid kind of at like that boss encounter, just without the whole instancing that instance you have to run through in the beginning. Just go straight to the boss fight.
Yeah, and fixing that instancing thing would be like that'd probably be my first. If I could request an update,
I
could fucking fund those guys with 10 million euros or whatever the fuck. I'd ask for that, like fix the whole.
But it's just is. I mean, I think the reason why we still have instancing issues in a game that's the age that Elite is because it's such a fundamental way that the game works. I mean, it is such a core part of the game that they do P2P connections rather than connecting to a central server. It's such a central part of the game that I think changing that is gonna be. I mean, that's gonna make Space Lakes look like a weekend project compared to changing that.
Yeah.
So I was heading for a peak here, and it's not coming any closer. It's a bit far further away than I thought.
But like Emsilo said, I do enjoy that they are. Sorry, like Emsilo's got into. I do enjoy that there are challenges in Elite Dangerous other than PvP that are challenging, almost like for now in like. So like there are challenges that you cannot overcome by yourself, and that challenges that like they're really, it's a big feat to destroy one of those Medusa class Thargoids, and I do appreciate that those kind of challenges are out there. Because
what I'm looking forward to though is did you guys notice when they talked about wing missions and they talked about assassination missions? They said if you get an assassination mission as a wing mission, you could get them at a difficulty level where you would need a wing of 4 well-equipped ships to take it down. Like, at least that was how I understood it. I'm not really 100% sure if it was the ship you would attack that would be a very highly engineered ship, or if your own wing would need to be highly engineered in order to take it down, because they could potentially scale NPCs to powers beyond what was available to players for wing missions.
Seems like they're doing it, yeah, especially also with the, what's it called, the police response forces.
Yeah, exactly. They were definitely more powerful than any player ships is gonna be. So
Not even more powerful, but definitely on par. I mean, if you think back to before engineering, you could have some problems with like NPCs that are really almost abusive in using mechanics.
Yeah.
I think this peak over here is the one I'm headed towards.
Oh. Just suddenly the rubber banded to the top of a peak. Oh, that's because I had targeted your ship that was still on the ground. But yeah, it's definitely I'm heading towards it as well. Someone says FDET decided to accept these constraints to get more audience. I think that's, yeah. I hope at least that they're gonna accept that they will have to do. What the hell is that? A ship parked on the top?
That's me.
Oh, that is you. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I found a little tiny spot just for me.
Oh, I'm gonna try not to knock your ship off the top of the mountain.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh, can you do that actually?
No, please don't try.
Please don't try.
Yeah, I hate to see that tumble off down the mountainside. Then I would have to put my SRV in orbit.
So I can find a place.
Good
Like,
luck.
The guys who actually managed to do that.
Yeah.
So when do you think we're gonna see the Panther Clipper?
I don't know. I'm ready.
2019, 2020, something like that.
Yeah, it's about 2024. It's gonna like it's for some I don't know why, but for some strange reason, it's the most anticipated ship community wide.
Because
Braben said it was coming.
Right.
It's gonna be released in 3304, the actual 3304.
Yeah, the real life 3304. Can I park next to you?
4304.
Okay, I have one final thing that I saw. I can't remember if it was on Reddit or on Facebook, but someone asked a question, and I've never seen so many people get triggered so quickly. So let's see how this goes. Would you, since you are sitting in a cockpit, you're sitting watching out through the eyes of a person shooting weapons, would you consider Elite as a first-person shooter?
Say that again.
That's a really good question. The question.
I had to stop for a second when I read that. Like, wait, what? Well, technically yes, but
yeah. No. Wait a second. Quickly, it's the question was: would you, since you are sitting in a first-person view of the, like you're obviously piloting your ships in first person.
Right.
Would you consider it a first-person shooter? Shooter?
No, because you're not doing it on your legs.
But you're in first person and you're shooting stuff.
No, I consider it a space sim. Not an FPS.
Someone said in chat, holy crap, mind explosion. Yeah, I when I read that I had to stop for just a few seconds and think, wait, what?
You're literally about to sit your ship down on top of me.
I am?
Yes, I'm moving now, because that's huge. Oh god, it's gonna hurt!
I can't find a space to, a place to land.
Just stamped the top of my SRV with the bottom of your ship. Where
Gonna
would
get
we
out
have
it.
to take off to, How did I get a delivery contract while in my SRV? Am I that close to being in space?
Oh, there you are. Whoa! Hello. Ha! Shuck.
Did you knock my ship down?
No,
Thank
not
goodness.
quite. Where the hell are you?
Not quite.
No, I was flying towards you, and then I turned on my my lights on my fighter, and then suddenly there was like mountain right in front of me.
Suddenly
hell?
mount.
The hell are you? So I'm looking right down.
Come up, come up, up, up.
But no, I locked your SRV.
No, you're flying away from me right now.
But on my screen, you are 120 meters away from you. Are you?
You're 2.3K from me.
Are you at the ship?
I'm close to it. I'm on the second peak.
Because now I'm at your ship.
Okay. Look behind you.
So you're in front of your ship?
No, I'm behind the ship. Behind and to the left at about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm still seeing you below ground right now.
Okay, I'm coming to you.
Are you targeting my ship or my fighter?
Your fighter?
That's weird. Aha, someone in chat says it's an FPX. X for Explorer. It's a first-person exploration game.
Pretty sure we already have No Man's Sky for that.
That's
Yeah.
FPT. First person trash.
Cabbage.
Shots fired.
Yeah, no, but like about that, Astro, you have the game. You've tried it.
Yes.
Yeah, I have it as well.
What is it? What is it? What is it like? Okay, to you both. What is it like now after all the updates? Because I have heard that they did a
I
lot
wouldn't
of
know.
work.
I didn't give them any more of my time.
I actually on the when the channel reached 10,000 subscribers, I actually tried the game out for an hour, and in the hour I didn't manage to completely repair my ship. So I wouldn't say that I played the game since launch. So I don't really know what it's like now. But I just really got put off by the game after I tried it originally. And I did play it for about a week or two.
I'm not going to say that I didn't like it. I enjoyed it for what I saw. I didn't enjoy it for what I thought I was going to get, because I didn't get it. But it was okay. It seemed to me to be, people were so upset, you know, it's like death threats and all of this other stuff, and it's like, come on, people, it's literally just a game. You got suckered in, and hey, we all did.
No, but hey, come on. It's like it's a big game you can easily make the argument that it's a big fucking scam.
It was.
Corporate wise. Yeah,
There's
it
no
was.
doubt.
No, it was a big fucking scam. And
But I mean, death
and I
threats,
mean-
it's a bit too much. Though.
yeah, I know, but you're like we obviously don't care about the fucking death threats. I've got no time for that shit. But it's like I pre-ordered the game, and I launched it, and I refunded it 10 minutes after I got into it. It's like, but that shit was like, I had a pretty powerful rig at the time, and it was so poorly optimized. That's one thing, and couldn't make shit work. And if you wanna do that kind of scam, I mean, make the game work for at least 2 hours, and then make it boring afterwards. You know what I mean?
I don't know. For me,
Not-
it might just be that I never got the full grasp of the game. It just seemed too...
Yeah.
I mean, pretty quickly you got into that whole, okay, you go to a system, you explore it for a bit, you find whatever you can about this language that you're trying to learn. You collect fuel, you jump to the next system, rinse and repeat. That was pretty much where I ended up. I just went from system to system to system, and basically all I did in that system was to look for fuel so I could get to the next system.
Yeah, you went system to system to system, and when you'd done that, your refund time was over. So you didn't have any choice but to keep it.
I never considered refunding it. I normally, I mean, unless the game is really appallingly bad, I rarely refund it. Oh, is that me hitting you, or are you at the ship now?
That was me doing that.
Because I can't see your SRV. I can only see your
I
ship.
don't understand. I'm like right under you, chasing you around.
But I was heard they did a lot of updates, and they're still updating it, from what I understand. And if it becomes good, hell, I'm gonna play it. But
apparently it's really good compared to what it was.
Yeah, but that is not.
But I mean, like, shit is really good compared to what No Man's Sky was during launch.
If you add some sweetness, shit,
yeah,
it'll taste more sweet. But
add some sugar and some sprinkles.
Exactly. It'll become better than shit. So I mean, it's yeah. But it wasn't. That's like it is.
I still enjoyed it for what it was worth.
Yeah.
I don't think it was worth AAA price, but that's my fault for buying it, you know.
No, that's their fault for promising something that was not really at all the case. That'd be worth like 10 euros at the maximum.
The thing that made me upset the most was the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, the lack thereof. Yes.
The developer said that you'd be able to fucking...
Yeah, I went back and watched the video of when he said that, and he got a smirk on his face.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man.
He's never been heard from after the release of the game. That's I'll bet that's because of the death threats.
Right. He probably injected himself into the game to get away from everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Because he knows nobody will play it, so it's not like anybody's gonna bother him.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the one big problem they did, in my opinion, which caused this whole fallout, is the false advertisement, and that was really bad. Like the videos where he's just on talk shows and saying, "Do you have multiplayer? Yeah. Do you have competitive?
Yeah.
And just like trying to promise something that's not nearly there.
Yeah, but like, that is he was lying.
Yeah, that was straight out lying.
Straight up lying, and it's that's a bad thing, man. It's you won't. It's really bad. It's really bad. This guy is lying. He's trying to lie. He's not good at all. But like that's he basically made a. I mean, some people say that all PR is good PR. You know what I mean? Like,
not in this case.
Not in this case. It's.
Okay.
I feel raped, and I refunded the game. You know. So.
That's actually what someone said in chat here, that Osiris is more No Man's Sky than No Man's Sky. I don't know if you guys tried Osiris New Dawn.
I've seen it. Never tried it though.
I played it doing. I actually did a few videos on it doing the beta period, and it was an absolutely amazing game. And I've been wanting to get back into that game, but I have too many series going on the channel already, so I'm gonna put that off until I have a little bit of breathing space.
Yeah, you have too many games going off, not in the series as well.
No, my point is, on the channel, what do I have of active series? I have, Hello Dave doesn't really count, because that's not a gaming thing, it's just a weekly news thing. But I have the Worth a Visit, going on at the moment. I have Unlocking Engineers, and I have the Kerbal Space Program thing going on. So that's 3 series, and if I launch 2 videos a week, that means, and there's going to be room for other stuff in between, that means there's going to be 2 weeks between each episode in a series. So I don't think starting another series right now is a good idea, until I'm done with one of those.
Yeah. Marcel Pomasansky says that. You mean No Man's Lie?
Yeah.
That's like it's like a popular opinion. But yeah, like I'm really like not like refunding that game is probably one of the best decisions that I made in my life.
Wow.
Well, got a lot of good decisions going, I know, but hey, at least that one was right.
Yeah. Anyway, I think. Okay, hold on. One last question here. Professor asked why I don't stream on Twitch. Mainly because you would be surprised how difficult it is to move people from one platform to another. And even though I could just announce it on my YouTube channel, it's a lot more convenient that people get the notifications about live streams on YouTube, and the fact that as soon as the stream is done, YouTube takes care of the rest of re-uploading and putting it up and everything, so I don't have to do that. So keeping it all in one platform is a lot easier for me. Oh, but I think that that we should call it here. I think we got around most of the upcoming stuff.
Yeah, let's wait a second. Let's do some shameless
let's do some shameless self-promotion. That's right.
There we go.
Okay, get to come into our Discord, guys. Let's band up, have some fun.
And there is a link for Discord in the description below the stream, and I'm also going to post it in the chat channel in case you want to join from there. So come over and say hi. We don't play. We also play Elite, but we play a lot of other games also. I think you're playing Subnautica at the moment. A lot of people are playing World of Warships. Yep. And we play other space games from time to time, both VR and non-VR. So it's pretty much just whatever people feel like they want to play, they can come by. It is an Elite Dangerous community, but to be honest, when we're not doing like active events, people play a lot of other stuff anyway. So I definitely come
hunting. We got our own Thorgood hunting expert, Mr. Emsilos here. So if you want to do that, talk to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're girl friendly as well. My wife and I both play here, and so it's
now you're gonna see the influx of people.
Yeah, that sounds like my wife is playing as well, and we're not too bad.
No, hey, if she comes in, we can't be that bad, right?
Right.
Not all the time, at least. We try to behave from time to time.
Not when she takes a break. That's when we're bad.
And we are actually currently. I mean, I know not everybody is of course active, but we are currently over 1,000 people on the Discord server, so it's quite a big community.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be more active community events coming up in 2018, I promise. But while we're at the shameless self-promotion, if you haven't given the stream a like already, please go down and give it a like if you like the stream. And also thanks to all the people who have been commenting in chat. I've not been that active reading the chat this time as I normally am, but that's because, well, with a lot of people to talk to. And also subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more directly, there's a link to Patreon and also a direct donation link if you want to do a one-time donation. So first of all, thanks a lot to all you guys watching, and thanks to Cactus McPrickly, Cactus Juggler, and Emsilos, and Matt the Fat Cat for joining me today and having a quick talk about the future of Elite Dangerous. So, yeah, until next time, I'll see all you guys in space.